Watch this.
Watch next. Football talk is a big hit. Sunday nights to Wednesday nights, we striking a match cause we lit. Y'all know the name, we call it the Dub. On Friday nights, it feel like a club. Getting that VIP treatment on the sideline, they showing us love. Great interviews, go hoods, put in work, go good. Texas youth and high school talking to page on Facebook, hold up. Coach Carter still on the scene, giving advice, he do what he mean. Jay Mack and Swaggy Big, rocking the gear, it's so clean.
We rise and go easy, off the easy for cheesy. With my steppers, our special kids, making flicks and so easy. Trying to win, we so greedy. All our fans are so needy, cause they need to hear them talk about that club. We do it for the dub.
We do it for the dub. We do it for the dub. We do it for the dub. That DF dub. We do it for the dub. We do it for the dub. We do it for the dub. That DF dub.
Welcome to the Dub, #1 high school podcast starring Pat O'Teasy, Jeremy McGinnis, Whitfield Roderick, Coach Carr, and Ron Riser.
Well, all right. What's happening? What's going on? Welcome to the #1 talk show. Speak out.
The Dub, baby. You heard it first. The Dub.
Salute. What's happening, fellas?
Casa, mi amigos.
Hola, senor. I'm up here fighting with my mic.
But you got a new mic, Pat. How you still fighting with your mic, man? You got the Jeremy baritone bass mic.
Hey, he just he got used to it yet.
Yeah, there you go. You gotta grab it like that. And then you gotta like I don't know. The Jeremy talking.
Hey, you gotta lean back. The whole purpose of not having it on the stand is there you go. You can relax.
Yeah, give me your tips, Jay. Because
yeah, that way you know.
Jay sound different when he on the mic. You know what I mean? Like okay, that's studio version. All right, yeah.
You gotta go way back to when Dirk Nowitzki used to do press conference. Remember, he hated doing like this, so he
sure did.
And took it off, and he laid back with it. So
no,
yeah.
He did, bro. That's a good observation. That's why they call you J Mac.
Oh,
hey man, say man, the TRUEBUZZ was that thing ran the city this week.
Man. Jumping, might have ran the country. I don't know what whatever they got going on. I don't know what that is.
That 07?
But yeah, this. I had a good time, man. It was a lot of good talent out there. You saw a lot of kids enjoying themselves, having fun. Man, it was an amazing time, man. You see a lot of up and coming talent, man. You know, it was great.
No doubt, definitely, dog. It was. I should have sent you all the pictures I had.
Hey, hey, if you drop them in the group, I can put them in there because I wanted to put the one that you took with me and Coach Carr and the coaches on there too. So yeah, just drop them in there. I'll drop them throughout the show.
Okay, then I got you.
No doubt.
But yeah, go ahead.
The TRUEBUZZ, man, it kind of remind me of the Curry. I call Curry King Curry because he be running around the city and stuff, you know, with all that swag out there. He do what he do. So I know TRUEBUZZ was running through the city looking like this.
Hey, are you sure? Because to me, that look like that's a Team Grind outfit.
Oh
yeah.
I don't know. I think one person behind the scenes is happy. Another person in front of the scenes is running the city right now. That's all I'm saying.
No doubt.
Very good point.
No doubt. Hey, who had the biggest drip though, man? I'm gonna tell you this was my drip right here today. When I saw that, Coach Gates came out jumping out clean, man. Goon City in the building, man. He wasn't playing no games.
Hey, man, them two right there, man. Them three. That's the future North Crowley right there, man.
No doubt.
Yeah, right there.
We came up with a nice nickname for that combo, that dynamic duo.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? We calling them the Diamond Boys.
The Diamond Boys.
I like that.
They shining on folks right now.
They well, you know, I would say they are the inaugural members to the Diamond Club
I
because
like that.
they different, big different,
Oh, ain't no doubt
big
about
different.
it. And
Well,
I
man, who we
enjoy
got
talking
on,
to them.
J Mac?
Man, we got Law. We got the winners, D Will and Law from Team Grind.
All right.
My
All
guys
right.
here. Then we got TRUEBUZZ on Coach Bill.
Okay. Okay. There it is.
There he is.
Shout out, man. Salute to y'all champions, man. How y'all doing?
Doing all right, man. How you doing?
Man,
Pretty good.
look
Pretty
at
good.
Man,
Hey.
I'm glad to see you guys hop on, man. I feel like it was only right after having a good weekend that we kind of have a recap. You know what I'm saying? It was such a crazy weekend. Like I said, I was telling you guys before the show, that was my first time really going to a big 7-on-7 event like that. And that thing right there is very, very hard to keep up with everything that's going on, man. But I props to TRUEBUZZ. That was a great event. It ran smoothly. Hey, man, that was 100. That's the model of how all of them. I wish some of these Pee Wee leagues take y'all model. That was awesome, bro.
We really appreciate that, man. There's a lot of hard work behind the scenes, but you know, what I mean, we've been doing it for about 6 years now, so we kind of getting, getting the hang of everything, and it's kind of, it's getting easy now as long as you got the right people in place to help you out and understand the vision. It's really fun. You know what I mean? It's hard work, but it's fun work. And it's good to see everybody come out and have a good time and, put on for the city.
Yes,
No
sir,
doubt.
man.
Hey, the main stage. I'm about to say I love the main stage with the DJ on there, jamming, old school, new school. He was doing this thing. Love the main stage and the vision of that. It gives it a big time look. All the vendors out there as well.
Shout out to DJ Magic. His son, Kamarian Turner, plays on my team.
Kamarian
Okay,
Turner.
so you
What
got
high
that
school
discount.
he go to?
No, he go to Cedar Hill.
Cedar Hill. I know that name sound familiar.
Yeah, that's Magic's son, man.
No, he ain't give me no discount though. Don't talk about no no discounts going on. He Team Grind. He family with Team Grind. But it's all love. He be popping his stuff too when you talk to him. So we got a love-hate relationship. We do good business, but he my rival at the end of the day because his son plays Team Grind now.
Hey, for sure, man. Hey, the fact that y'all had him on there so that it's some love in there somewhere.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying? So, and that's how it was good competition. I think all the games I saw, it was good spirited competition, but good clean fun too. So I thought that was great, man. I didn't see a whole lot of dirty trash. Cause that's one thing I hate to see, especially seems like it's on 7-on-7 way too much. It's a little too much. It's one thing to celebrate, but I was almost like the dirty trash talking and antics. I ain't too much with, and I ain't see. I didn't see none of that. So if it was, I didn't see it. So I thought that was cool too.
No doubt.
Yeah.
For Team Grind, Coach is Rob Brown coaching with you guys?
Yeah, you my Rob. Yeah.
Yeah, I used to work with Rob, man. That's my boy and stuff, man. He always putting on. He been shouting that Team Grind out for years, man. So I used to work with him.
Yeah,
man, good dude.
I didn't see him out there though, so I was just double checking.
Nah, he was out there Sunday. He was out there early Sunday.
One of his nephews, played with us, Dylan Brown. Shout out to Dylan Brown, South Oak Cliff, Florida State commitment, man.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. So that was one of our guys.
I got a question. Guys. There's a guy here who said the last show that they ran, everybody on this here panel, and I don't see him nowhere. Did y'all check on him to make sure he's okay? I kind of scanned through the standings to see if anybody by those initials made any type of championship rounds or whatever, but I'm flabbergasted. I didn't find any. I just want to know if y'all can help me with that and have y'all checked on him to make sure he's okay.
Hey, Coach Carr, on Saturday we had to put them boys out there on to try to find him because he was MIA. We thought he was on suicide watch, but his team did make a run on Sunday, like he said they would.
They made it to the championship game. They played against Grind in the championship game. Could you post that again, Lawrence? But I'm gonna show you what they did in the championship game.
Oh no, Pat got it. Pat, show that 18U game.
That 18U, all right. Let me grab that right quick.
Yeah, that's what they did.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
They wasn't the 2 seed because we was the 2 seed. They wasn't the 2 seed. They didn't win. They on Saturday they got blew out by us and got blew out by Grind. So really, they went 0-3 in the big time games. That's what they did.
Yeah.
Hey, well. All I'm saying is, when it mattered the most, they didn't show up, and I didn't see them when it mattered. So I don't know. I know he talked cash noise last week and said that he run you guys, and I don't see him nowhere in any championship trophy arena anywhere.
Hey man, he knew better. He was just reaching, bro. You know when you reach, you get talk. When you reach,
I don't know. This be weird. I don't know, man. All I know is he was feeling himself, and
but he is youngster too. He did.
And Team Grind.
Sometimes you gotta humble them. You know, they want to jump out there with the big dogs. Gotta see if they can swim. You know.
Yeah.
All right, so look, we saw the 18U. I'm gonna drop back down to the 15U. I was actually able to see TRUEBUZZ get down. Shout out to my boy Coach Wash, T. Shaw. Them my dogs. They actually used to be in my league last year with TRUEBUZZ, and I've known them for years and stuff back to the DeSoto Soaring Eagle days. So man, shout out to Wash. He be coaching with a lot of intensity.
Oh yeah.
Wash been with us for a long time, man. Wash, he took his lunch last year. Him and T. Shaw, that was pretty much their first year being on the scene. But they learned from their mistakes, and they went and assembled a great team. I think that team only had lost 2 games all season, similar to Grind. They done won 6 out of 7 championships of tournaments they done enter. So hey, they got a good thing popping over there. Like they represent the brand well.
No, they are. I mean, the intensity, the great coaching over there. I know that whole staff. One more coach over there I know. So yeah, man, y'all assembled a good staff on that level. All right,
we got some controversy on that 15U.
Wait a minute, let me go back. What's the controversy?
We would love to play TRUEBUZZ in that championship.
We're not gonna talk about. Hey, we can't spend no time if they didn't make it.
Oh hell!
If they didn't make it, we ain't got time to talk about that.
It had nothing to do. It had nothing to do with the game itself.
Let me ask you this.
We had an oops, and it was on my behalf. I'm gonna take the blame for it. So it was on my behalf. But going forward, I felt like we did rectify the situation, but it's like people didn't want to take the L. And then the next round, they took the L. So it's like, why did you even do this? Because you ended up taking the L, and we could have represented it the correct way. But, we will see them guys at least once this year, I think. So,
J-Mac, does that sound like an excuse, J-Mac?
No, it's no excuse. It's no excuse. It had nothing to do with on the field play. That's my thing. It was a simple mix up on my behalf. I'll take the blame for it. But nah, it was a disgruntled a coach. We put it like that. Taking an L during the game, and then after the game, he wanted to bring something up. So it's cool.
Hey, Bilal. All he did was take a page out of your book, like you notorious.
I'll never do that. I've never in my life done that one.
But I'm not saying you would never done that. But if the position, if the opportunity presented itself and you knew better, you would have done it. No lie, you would have done it. I know you.
Well, I'm saying, see, Bill, and that's the thing is, I could have done it in the past, but at the end of the day, I let the players. You know what I mean? I don't care what you do. It's been done for to us in many tournaments. You know what I mean? Like I don't personally
what
care.
What are we talking about? Can somebody explain this to me?
I explain what happened. So they had a player, right? That is 14. Everybody know him. His name Bobby Feaster. Everybody know who he is, right?
Yeah.
So
Booby, okay.
Booby Feaster. I said Bobby, but Booby. So Booby played on his 14U team because he is an 8th grader, and he played on his 15U team. But Grind has 2 15U teams. He was on all 3 of those rosters. He can always play up, but you can't play on 2 rosters on the same division.
Yeah.
So what happened was the coaches said, we got 3 coaches that said they seen him play on the other 15U team, and now he's playing on the 15U team that's winning. So it's like it's he say she say stuff, but he's on 3 different rosters, which is illegal. And the coaches are saying that they seen him, which he is not a kid that nobody's gonna forget. So it put us in a bad situation to where, okay, do we listen to these 3 people, or do we take Coach Law word that he didn't play with one of the 15Us?
Wow.
So given the situation, it was like he is on 3 rosters, so he could have played on all 3 of those teams, and that's illegal. So I had to disqualify. We had to disqualify, and it wasn't my decision. It was my tournament director's decision to disqualify the 15U team that won against the team that was protesting the play.
Wow.
Was Booby out there? I thought he was in Austin.
No, he was
in Oklahoma. He was in Oklahoma on Saturday.
Okay, gotcha. Yeah, no, you know what?
Sunday.
And to speak to that, you know, I run a 7-on-7 league, so you're absolutely right. I just literally had somebody at certification asking me could their quarterback play on 2 8U teams. I said, hell no, because you're gonna cause all types of chaos. That is illegal. You can play up, but you cannot play on 2 teams on the same level.
And that's it was one play.
I got a question. I got a question. So this is just me asking this question. So were y'all scared of a 14-year-old playing with 15Us?
No, it was, to be honest, I won't say that they were scared. It was more the fact of
we're a threat, man. You gotta understand that. So
yeah,
you gotta take them down. Go on and take them down. Not to say not no shots at TRUEBUZZ and like that. I'm saying to everybody else.
Hey,
because
rules are rules.
No, I get the rules, but it was the whole point is when we send out the link to the parents, we can tell them what team to sign up on, but the parent might sign them up on the wrong team and then sign them up again. So I can't delete a profile off of the app, but I found it's just a learning lesson for ourselves. Where I've been doing this for our program. It's been 8 years. I started with Bill and them over there, so I have the experience. Every tournament, you're going to come out with something. You're going to figure out something, rule or situation that you take, and that's going to help you in the future. So for the future, since we had 2 teams and we had 7 teams in there, and so I was trying to tell the coaches, you probably could have saw them. I don't know which games though, because I was by the tent. So I only hand out jerseys that first day to make sure that everybody's good, and then everything else is by our tent. So
somebody's filming every game, so I'm pretty sure it wouldn't have been hard.
Yeah, so I was looking for the proof. I did everything that Bill wanted me to do. I went to the players, went to the coaches. I went, basically since it was tournament play, that player was on the roster. They were just down. I want to say at the time it was got to be what D-Will 27-6 or 30-6. It wasn't close.
Hey, but Lauren, to be real, like I was on y'all side on it. Because,
I know. That's why I said we would have loved to see TRUEBUZZ in the championship, and we felt like we had it on that level too. So
because anybody can say something, but I asked Brooks. I said, do they got some pictures? Do they got a video? Do they got anything to prove they stance?
Right. Yeah.
But the only thing that I had to go on is that he is on 3 different rosters. So
yeah, and that's yeah. I will make sure that I communicate that with the tournament beforehand, that there won't be an issue next time. So that's on me. It's okay.
Well, shout out to our 12U, man. They made it to the championship.
Yeah. Well, they'll go on that when they go down.
We're going to jump to the 14 because that was to make a long story short. We went back to the 15U to hear that story. So we're going to go to the 14U. TRUEBUZZ was in that thing, but DFW Pride Coalition. What we know about them?
You get that
BMW Pride, they got a good program. I mean, that's the program we talking about on the 15U side as well. So that means they compete on all levels except the high school, really. That was a tough game. That was a controversial game as well. You see, it's by 1 point.
Yeah, I heard a little controversy about this
Yeah,
game.
that game right there. Because our 14U been doing pretty well this year as well. They got like 3 trophies under their belt this year as well. Yeah, you know, even though we pay the refs, they ain't on our side either. I can promise you. I argue with them all the time.
Hey, Coach, I probably wouldn't even say that. Somebody gonna cut that comment up.
I don't care. They can cut it up all they want. I know what's real.
Even though we pay the refs.
We do. It's our event, so we pay them, but they ain't cheap for me.
I'm just messing with you. Hey, all right. So we're gonna go to the 12U. Gonna go to the 12U. Man, Team Grind took it down.
Ooh,
you know what? This is JD son team, right? JD, ain't that his name, JD? His son out there in where you at?
Yeah, what 940 Elite from?
They from Denton, right? They from Denton.
Yeah, that's Denton.
Okay, yeah. Them Denton boys be balling.
So some Denton boys came down here from 12U?
Yeah, they got a pretty good program, man.
Yeah, but they probably be passing the ball like South Lake Carroll or something. So,
well, you know that whole Denton area, man, is really growing, bro.
It's been like that though. It's been like that.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna say this: the crazy thing about Denton area, I actually got referees, whistleblowers. Shout out whistleblowers. They actually was up in Denton while y'all were having the TRUEBUZZ. They had a tournament that had about 75 games this weekend up in Denton.
Wow.
So I'm telling you, bro, it was crazy. 75 games. They had all levels from I think 9U up to about 15U. It was crazy. So yeah, Denton doing their doggone thing up there.
I see.
Now this team right here, the 10U championship. Let's pull this up.
We there again,
man. Bullet, bro. Man. I know about Bullet. My boy Throwdown Sam's son played for Bullet. And they got a lot of talent out there. They kind of work that Rockwall area.
Yeah.
Yeah, they have the Rockwall area, but you know, sometimes people. I mean, it ain't no excuse. But you know, sometimes people got to load up to beat you.
Hey,
did this team have Lil Grunk on their team?
Yeah, Lil Grunk ain't in their program. Lil Grunk, they wouldn't have recruited that one.
Hey, but you can't be mad at that though, right?
I'm not mad at that. I'm not mad at it. I'm not mad at it. But if you in your program, like
no, man.
I do.
Y'all gotta stop that, man. Just take it on the chin, dog. And y'all get ain't like they drug y'all, man. You know what I'm saying? And Bully got a good program. They got a good program over there.
No, Bully got a great program. Hey, as a matter of fact, don't one T. Shaw's sons play for Bullet? If I ain't mistaken.
No, he played. T. Shaw's son played for Bullet and Tackle, but he played with us in 707.
Gotcha. Okay. Yeah, I know he had a connection to Bullet.
They got that little Pat Mahomes, Pat. They got
that little quarterback.
That little quarterback is with Bullet.
Yeah.
He good though. That look kid good though. I ain't gonna understand.
Yeah.
Wagon
call him Little Pat Mahomes.
What up?
Joey Moss.
What's going on, fellas?
What's going on, Coach Moss?
Man, slow motion, man. Shit, I apologize for me being late, man. I got all these kids.
Nah, it's all good.
I mean, you got about 7, 8.
Feel like it. Plus my 200-something TRUEBUZZ kids that I had over the years, so.
No doubt.
Like D would say, all my children.
I wish I had that little flyer. That was dope. That was funny last week.
Oh,
I would tell y'all who did that flyer because it wasn't us who did that flyer. But somebody sent me that flyer, you know, trying to be petty, and I was like, I'll post it. I ain't scared to post it.
Yeah.
You definitely posted it. There ain't no doubt about it.
Well, at least we know who everybody's children belong to. We gonna leave that alone though.
I will say this from the look of it. What's the final total? Did TRUEBUZZ get the most wins out of all the age groups? Or was
No.
that
Oh, you
Grind?
said
Yeah, that part.
well,
The most
you we
championships
had we had a we
overall.
had a 12U, we had a 18U, we had one 18U losing the semifinal. We had the 15U that they got disqualified. So you probably would have been looking at about three, maybe four.
And
But
then the other one
we can't
lost
do
in the
nothing this
quarters.
Hey,
weekend.
we sent three
Nah,
divisions. We sent
we
three
said,
divisions to the championship, and the
yeah.
two divisions that didn't make it to the championship only lost one game.
Now I'm talking about trophies,
Oh
championships.
yeah,
How many?
we only got one trophy, just like
Oh yeah,
them.
we
But
got
both
one.
y'all got one. But TRUEBUZZ played in 3
Correct.
championship games.
We went 1 and 2 in the championships.
I was hard. Okay, which one was y'all main team? The one with the Wonder Bread uniform?
Wonder Bread.
Yeah, if you ain't first, you last. But we were bad.
Ricky Bobby.
Wow.
But yeah, I was tripping out on that uniform. I'm like, that didn't look real true buzzes. So
It
Oh,
did. I was like, who came up with
y'all
this
must don't
one?
know our history. One thing
Man,
about
it's too
Coach
bad we
Bill,
couldn't pull out our new units, man.
I'm
But
about to say,
it's
y'all
all
must know
good.
our
Hey,
history.
matter of
One
fact, the
thing
new
about Coach
unis
Bill,
showed
man,
up
Coach
today.
Bill gonna always
Yes, sir.
keep it fresh,
Yeah.
innovative. We done had Dallas Mav uniforms, Utah Jazz looking uniform. When we had an unfortunate death, Todd Jordan, Lord rest his soul, the kid from West Mesquite that went to Utah. We had some uniforms honoring him. Like we done had Louis Vuitton uniforms, Versace. Like when and that's kudos to Coach Bill. When it's time to step out, you know, our colors, our primary colors are honey gold, you know, and black. But every now and then we add a little flair. We bring a little something different.
Come
We
on
try
over
to
to the
spice
deep
it up.
end, Bill. I see you.
Coach Mouse,
The
I saw
Coach Bill,
next,
Hey, Lawrence, give me my
I saw y'all
flowers,
next
Lawrence. You know I'll
uniform.
be dripping.
I saw y'all next drip, man, here, for the next game.
Yeah. Hey, that look more like Coach. That look more like grind. That look like some grind swag right there. That's definitely grind swag right
They
there.
gonna come out in the icy white.
They come out of ice. Hey, they be looking like what was that movie with the Snow Gang or whoever they was, Snow Patrol.
The Snow Patrol, yeah.
They come out.
Wait a minute. Who was that was playing in a mink coat or something like that? Are you talking about
Nah,
JB?
that ain't got nothing. That's what on
Nah,
the
that had nothing to do with us.
we
You good
don't
on
do
that
that.
one.
over here. And you know what? I'm
None of
glad you brought that up. You want me? I've been meaning to talk about something, and I know y'all started a little earlier. I hope y'all didn't touch on this. So one thing, I go back and forth, had these talks with a lot of people all the time, man. We all have been doing this for almost a decade now. Crazy thing is, collectively, we've all known each other separately for 20-some years. I've known Lawrence since I was 15 years old, and I know D. Will and Coach Brooks, they've known each other for about that long too, man. But one thing I want to say that I think that it could really help clean up the 7-on-7 culture community. They always put it on us, but I think that the same exact structure that they have in AAU basketball, they need to get the NCAA involved. And what I mean by that is if you allow college coaches to come to our events, if the NCAA allows these college coaches to come to our events, the same way they allow AAU college coaches to go to these AAU basketball events, it will clean up a lot of the antics that some of these kids and these coaches and these other teams do. Because for one, the kids, they want to have fun, but at the same time, they're going to understand, okay, this is my time to, and it's going to make it more competitive too, I think. This is my time to shine in front of this college coach that, hey, maybe I didn't get to go to his camp. Maybe he didn't get to come see me on Friday nights, but there's going to be 20 or 30-some college coaches at this 7-on-7 event around the field. So when it's my turn, I need to make sure I'm doing it with integrity. You don't see it like just me being honest, you might see kids get rowdy after a three-pointer or a dunk in a basketball game, but you don't see kids out there wearing coats and my biggest thing is pajama pants. I can't stand the pajama pants. They make my skin crawl when I see these kids in pajama pants. Because I come from a not just an old school line of coaches, but I'm a grandson of a preacher. So I'm a PK, you know what I'm saying? So one thing I grew up knowing was everything you do is decent and in order. And if you look at grind, you look at us even with grind, you don't never see their kids in pajama pants. You don't see their kids wearing 3 different uniforms in one setting. Like, you don't see that different stuff, man. So, I think that how you do anything is how you do everything. That's what I'm always stand on. But I think the NCAA should get involved. They should allow these coaches to come to these, because they already sneaking. I'm just being honest. They sneaking come to these incognito anyways. But I think they should allow these coaches to come to these events.
I seen a couple this weekend. I seen a couple this weekend. I ain't gonna tell you who it was, but I did see a couple this weekend.
Yeah.
Now I do want to I got a kind of not a rebuttal, but a response to what you were saying, Coach Moss. Because from what my understanding is, the Texas high school coaches, UIL, really not a big fan of the 7-on-7 club tour. Just to put it better.
I'll answer that. In the past more so, we done took them lumps already. Everybody on here, we the godfathers of this. So in Dallas, we done took them lumps in UIL. You actually have more Texas UIL coaches come to these events now that they understand the purpose and them having the ability to get an advantage, from this. One of the first people that gave us our kudos years ago was Joey McGuire when he was at Cedar Hill. When he first got to Baylor, he was like, man, I never had a problem with my kids playing with you guys, because he's like, I looked at it as, if my kid can go catch an extra 700 balls in the offseason, it's going to help him in the season. This is a man that's now the head coach at Texas Tech University. But if we were talking this 2023, let's talk anything from 2019 on down. Oh, man, we done all been – they done put me, Bill Brooks, in newspapers and Dallas Morning News front cover of the sports day talking about, our ethics and calling us street agents, ladder pimp. We done took all that. But now I think there's more of an understanding with the high school coach. Because one thing is that we try to make it to where we're all on the same page. No coach that's on this live right now tells the kid not to go to a track meet in front of 7-on-7. Not one of us. But but what is happening when I'm going back to the cleaning up, you got a lot of, when we first started, we was in t-shirts and basketball shorts. And then you got some shoe companies that start getting involved, so you can win kids over with cleats and gloves.
Yeah.
Now kids are getting paid to play 7-on-7 right here in our city of Dallas to go play with teams on the West Coast. Go play with teams in Florida. They paying these kids money, and they're allowing these kids to make fools of themselves by the jackets and the fighting and doing, bringing cell phones on the field, all this silly stuff, man, that had nothing to do with the integrity of the game. But
Coach, let me ask you a question, though, Coach. I'm listening to you.
Go ahead.
So to me, what this sounds like, Coach, that's a program issue, right? So I had the same exact conversation with Mark Cuban, exact same one. We was talking about AAU basketball, and he was like, "Yeah, we got to clean up AAU basketball." And I told him, I said, "AAU basketball is not the problem. That the platform is needed. AAU basketball as a platform is needed. The problem is you have coaches who running these programs who are not developing kids and holding them accountable. So when you say how you do anything is how you do everything, that's true. I live by that. So when I look at a coach out there allowing his kids to do that, that means that kid has been able to do that in practice. That kid has showed those same tendencies. And when you talk about college coaches, and I understand what y'all been through. So the first one through the door is usually the one that gets bloodiest, without a doubt. However, there were some times where y'all did move kind of wrong. And what I'm saying is when y'all started, y'all did alienate the coaches because y'all basically undermined a lot of coaches. And I'm just saying what coaches were saying. You know what I'm saying? And I'm saying that's a lot of where those issues come from. So now when you look at where it is and how y'all moving, it is a beautiful thing. It is beautiful to watch what y'all doing. It's beautiful to watch them kids grow. It's beautiful to watch them kids compete. But Coach, you got to start holding these programs at a higher standard. You know what I'm saying? If those kids in that program exhibit those characteristics that you don't like, then you need to hold that person there accountable.
Well, this is why I think you don't understand what
Can
I'm saying.
I answer that?
Hold on, let me finish this one, and then I'm gonna let you answer. This is why I don't think you understand what I'm saying. And Lawrence can attest for this. D. Will can attest for this. Some of these new pop-up programs, they're run by social media influencers. They're paying kids. They don't care about the kids. So their parents are allowing the kid. Why is it there several DeSoto kids and Duncanville kids playing on these teams with people from California that are complete strangers?
Because that's why, but we're saying the same thing. That's what I'm saying. If that program allows those kids to do that.
But he's saying that program don't care. Will they don't care?
Right, but they're not a part of what we do. They weren't
right.
Little League
I understand. I understand what y'all saying.
They're coachable.
Yeah,
I understand what y'all saying. We're saying the same thing. I'm saying if that program allow those kids to do that, then that's on those kids. Your program don't allow them kids to do that, so they don't do that. I'm just saying that's a universal thing.
But what you just said though, Coach Carr, was that when we started in the beginning, we was moving wrong.
Mm-hmm. Well, I'm saying because I experienced it. I experienced it personally.
But did you experience? Did he say C-shape, or did you experience from us? So our problem was
I experienced it when I was recruiting David. That's what I'm saying. Like I experienced it.
Personally. You was recruited as a college coach?
Yeah, bro. I coached college. Like I coached college for about 10 years.
I know you coached college, but I'm saying, but what do we do that was moving foul with our family that we trying to protect from anything that's bad for him?
But I listen. I've been knowing David since he was a kid, right? So our relationship was way different. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying there were people who represented TRUEBUZZ.
You do know Coach Brooks is David's first cousin, right?
Coach, I understand all that.
But you say you know like
Brooks coach with the Raiders with
president over his was gonna be.
Okay, yeah. So if I can finish.
So, but what I'm getting
go ahead. Let him speak. I want to hear it. I want to hear what he's talking about.
What I'm saying is, I've been knowing David since he was a kid. So the conversation me and David was having, there is a coach on y'all staff. I don't remember who it was, but I remember he talked to me real crazy and he talked to me real fly. I remember the day like it was yesterday. I was at Morgan State. I was sitting at my desk right by the door. We was having this conversation about David, and I was like, yeah, I like David. I know we're looking at him. We really like him. And this dude kept coming to me, what? Y'all don't want to win? Y'all don't want to do this and this and this, and got really fly.
Let me tell you who that could have been. That could have been his daddy.
It wasn't his daddy, because I know his daddy.
I'm just saying it could have been.
But it wasn't. Coach, don't do me like that.
I'm not doing like anything. I'm not.
Hey, don't put that up, man. God dang.
Man, we all know Max would say some shit like that.
It was one of us. You saying it was one of us. So who was
it? Because the dude represented himself as TRUEBUZZ.
But who was it?
I don't remember the coach name, so that's what I'm saying. It don't.
Up, J-Mac.
It could have.
I don't remember the coach name. Huh?
At that time, it was me, Law, and Brooks. I don't talk to college coaches because I know it wasn't me. So it only could be Brooks alone.
Well, I know Brooks. You know what I'm saying?
It wasn't me.
Yeah. So I all right, guys, listen, man. Here's what I'm not gonna do. I'm not gonna sit up here and lie on y'all.
Like, I get it.
Yeah, I'm not gonna do that. Like I'm not gonna sit up here and lie on y'all. I'm not gonna sit up here and make shit up. I don't get down like that. Like I'm literally telling you a conversation that I had. Yeah. Period. Like I'm not making this up, man. Like I'm not throwing you guys under the table or anything like that.
It's not a personal jab. The thing is, you said verbatim, but y'all did move the wrong way. You're telling.
Okay, so that was the wrong way. But so I also remember hearing very vividly, not just from one or two coaches. I'm just telling you from what high school coaches were saying when y'all first started.
No high school coaches liked us. It wasn't just about TRUEBUZZ. We were the first in DFW. So of course they didn't like
and the first one through the door gets the bloodiest. I understand.
Correct. But guess what?
I understand.
When I first met, I'm gonna tell you the truth, and Coach Todd attested this. I love Coach Todd to death. The first time I met Coach Todd, and you know how Todd is. First time I ever met Coach Todd said something on YouTube regarding one of our kids because he wasn't a fan of it at first. He didn't understand it. And I verbatim told Coach Todd on Twitter, I said, me and him, we had words. I'll just leave it at that. I'm not going, because me and Todd were in a good space. And of course, Todd, the way he is, he told me on Twitter, pull up. I'm at 3601 Marseille lead, da-da-da-da-da. I pull up, because that's the type of person I am, but I can talk to him as a grown man. We got to understand it. I had that with several coaches. If you want to keep it completely honest, and we let's just keep it real. We all black men on here. The issue has never been in the community with us as black men with each other. The issue started with that straight line recruit. It started because you got this big time black athlete that's at maybe a mixed or predominantly white school, and that coach wants control of that kid. When it came to the black schools, every coach, I done sat down with Coach Mann, I done sat down with Coach Lynn, we done sat with Coach Mathis, Todd, all these guys, Coach Gilbert. We all, because everybody, like you said, we was the first one through the door. Even Gilbert. Gilbert loved us to death, and I love Gilbert to death, but he wasn't fooling with us either because we were first. But when we could sit down as men and talk, okay, I see what y'all doing. I see what y'all stand for. Y'all do this, this, and that. My thing is, where it was then is light years away from the scrutiny that we used to get way back then than we get now. And a lot of that wasn't because we weren't exploiting kids. The kids getting more exploited now. We weren't exploiting the kids then. The issue really, to me personally, and I can say this, I got a call directly from Joe Martin himself, the head of Texas High School Coaches Association. Let me tell you this. Joe Martin didn't want to talk to me until we posed a threat to him. It's just like if you pose a threat to the president, he gonna call you, right? This man calls me. I grew up in Garland, Texas. Garland High School. Joe Martin, 1999 state champion. Used to come to our school, give out T-shirts to our junior high. You think that man give a damn about me? Hell no. But to this day, I still talk to my junior high coach. That was a black man, Fred Parker. I still talk to my high school coach, Troy Gocher. That was at my high school. I still talk because those men I related to. I went to a predominantly white school, grew up in Garland, Texas, and we got treated separately than most kids did.
Hey, Coach Moss, did you didn't play for Coach what was the coach name? No, who was there before? Homer Johnson.
Nope. I didn't play for Homer Johnson. He was at Garland, and then you had Garland Nichols at South Garland. I played for Flint Rising, and I played.
So you was at Garland. You was at the Garland with the Owls.
I was at Garland Lakeview. I went to Garland Lakeview.
Oh, Lakeview. Okay.
I went to the feeder middle school that fed in the Garland, Bussy Middle School.
Okay.
Fed in the Garland, and we were the Owlets. They was the Owls. So at the time, the head coach, when after he won in '99, he left to go to Allen. The head coach was Jeff Jordan, who is now at TCU. So that's one thing, and I'm saying I'm doing all this name dropping not because I'm trying to put their names out there, but I'm name dropping because just like we say, how you do anything is how you do everything, right? So you don't know who coach for who, you don't know who treat people the same. A lot of people don't know Lawrence history. A lot of people don't know D. Will Bill history. They don't know Brooks history. A lot of people don't know Brooks was a high school coach before this. He coached with Coach Finley, who was well respected in the state of Texas. Joe John Finley is his son, who is at OU. Brooks' roommate was Jeff Levy, who is the OC associate head coach at Oklahoma. A lot of people don't know that. But Lawrence knows that. Bill knows that. Brooks don't put it out there. Brooks has coached in DISD as well. Brooks don't put it out there. So we have a huge respect when it comes to the high school coach. We have a huge respect when it comes to UIL and all those things. But they weren't, at the time, at that time, coaches, they had a certain persona because like Bill say, was it he say, she say? Did you ever come to a charity event of ours? Or did you just see we would go do 7-on-7? Did you ever come to a practice of ours? Did you ever know that them same calls that you're getting as a high school coach, I'm trying to find out who that coach is so we can all be on the same page so that this kid might need help with some groceries at home. This kid might need his lights turned on. Hell, this kid might need us to get on his butt because he's messing up in school. And his granny called me first, but I need to find out who he at school with. you might tell me as a coach, man, that boy came to school in 3 days. Okay, let's get on the same page. So when we got on the same page with all these coaches, not just myself, not just Bill, Lawrence included, D. Will, they can all attest for this, man. We're in it to save kids' lives. We ain't in it for trophies. Ain't not one person on here for trophies. And I can stand on this, and this is one thing I love about my program, and I'm sure Lawrence can say it about his. People can go tick for tack for offers. Offers are easy to get. Trophies are easy to get. We got so many kids that done come through our program that are degreed up, that are coaching now. Demmer Gary, defensive line coach at North Texas. Day Coleman, he's GA-ing at SMU right now. So on and so. Lawrence got several kids he can say that about, man. That's what we do it for. When them kids come back and say, how many kids y'all put in the pros, or how many kids still playing, how many kids were All-American? That's gonna be a small percentage. But degrees, about 80% of our kids got degrees that done come through the TRUEBUZZ program. And that's close to 200.
That's true. That's true. That's true. But where I was going with it, I guess it was just it was interesting because I heard they was thinking about changing the rule where they're allowing high school coaches now to start coaching with 707 more. And I was just wondering. I'll start with you on this one, Lawrence. Just, do you think that would affect if high school coaches are being allowed to work with 707 with their kids? Would that make an effect to the club 707?
Yeah, I don't think so. I think it's going to be. You're going to have some that will probably go to things, but at the same time, you got to look at what is the high school going to do when it comes to traveling. Like the high school coach, when like the tournaments that we go to, this year we've hit Vegas, we are going to hit Florida, and of course we went everywhere in Texas. You know, you have some people that they're having a hard time just getting their kids to go to like regional and state games because of what's going on in the district. And so, yeah, you're going to have some kids that are more hands-on with the high school coach, but some of the coaches that especially are in our program, that's their off time. That's when they get to spend with their family. They're sending their kids to us, the conversations that we have, so that when the kids go back to them for spring ball, they're in a better spot than where they were. We even have some, and probably Bill has some high school coaches that either has their sons on one of our organizations. So they actually come to practice. They'll actually see the practice. So to them, that's what makes them feel a little bit more comfortable, is when you get out there and the guys actually know what they're talking about. They're actually teaching them the right things. They're not just flying off by the handles. We're not just winging it. But some of the high school coaches have already had hands-on. They just haven't been outright just like posting everything that they've been hands-on with, especially with the extra training sessions. I think every high school coach wants their kids to be have extra training sessions anyway. It's just, who are you doing it with, and what is the purpose and the development of it? And so that's where I think that the issue comes in with some of the high school coaches that are here. In Texas, football is big. The whole point about 7-on-7, California was light years ahead of us. Yeah. They're not light years ahead of us anymore. And we actually play football from Pop Warner. The kid come out playing football. You know what I mean? Especially in this state, he don't choose basketball first. It's football. I would say you're going to have a give and take there. I don't expect some numbers to go down because some of the schools that we have, those coaches trust us. To me, I don't think that will really have effect because we do so much more than just 7-on-7.
Right. So the UIL tournament during the summertime, I guess this is more or less about summer than it is about spring. So that don't affect. So when the UIL tournaments and stuff, they haven't really affected y'all, right, Coach Bill?
No, that don't really affect us because we pretty much done playing at that time. just like they said, like we always want to work hand in hand with the coach, but when the hate is there and when the false narrative is there, then what do you think we're gonna do? We're gonna protect ourselves and we're gonna lash out because the false narrative is there because that ain't what we doing. A lot of times we spending our own money. We taking time away from our own kids to help your kid be better when you come back to you. So when you got these things going out saying things about us, of course we're gonna defend ourselves. But just like they changed the rule on how much time the coach can spend with the kids during they up the time because of us to get them more hands on, so they don't have to come deal with us. They had a UIL meeting. Joy,
So
hit his line. They had a meeting about, huh?
No, go ahead. I'm listening. I'm sorry. I mean
they had a meeting about that. That's why they upped the time they can spend currently. It's still in place right now. So I just feel like we've always had an open door policy over here. We've always been real and able to speak with anybody who want to speak to us about what we got going on, about our credentials, about anything that you want to know about our program. And like Lauren said, it's bigger than 707. We're doing community service. We teaching these guys life skills, financial literacy. We're doing a lot. I mean, your kid was in our program, McKinnis. We was putting them through CrossFit training when CrossFit was hot. We take them to get Cairo and things of that nature, like things that they're not getting at their school. And it's not because we trying to shit on the school. It's just because we have those resources and people that want to help us, so we can give back to the kids. So when we hear that false narrative, like we're doing something wrong, we're trying to exploit the kid, or we got vendetta against the high school, it does rub us in the wrong way because we put blood, sweat, and tears in this thing.
Hey, so this for you, Coach Bill.
Let me this real quick.
Coach Bill.
You go ahead.
Hey,
Coach.
everybody,
I got a piggyback on Bill.
Go ahead, Pat.
Go ahead, piggyback first, then let Willow go.
No, you can go ahead, Carl. I got a question. I think we got a little latency, some delay or whatever, but you got it, Carl, and then I'm gonna ask Coach Bill something.
Okay, this for Coach Bill and Coach Moss. First question: if you're a kid who has 30 scholarship offers, do you tell that kid that he needs to limit his 7-on-7 reps, like during the spring, or do you encourage that kid to play in more games? That's for you, Coach Bill. And Coach Moss, for you, you have so when y'all are done in the spring, y'all don't play 7-on-7 during the summer?
Camps. We camp. We go to camp.
Okay, so can I ask a question? Like, have y'all ever thought about partnering with like local high schools? You know, because now they're getting ready to do 7-on-7 with coaches. I'm sure they still will want to be able to have those type of relationships with you guys. Because to me, if I was a coach, y'all would be in everything that I do. You know what I mean? Whether it's just, you know what I mean, just coming out, hanging out, being a part of the program. But I would want my kids to spend time with y'all for the experience of life.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I get you 110%. To answer your question, if a kid had 30 offers, would I tell him to have more 7-on-7 reps? It really depends on the position he played, his skill set, and does he need more work? Just because he got 30 offers don't mean that he got the skill set he needs to take any of those 30 offers to play. I would know that because I see him every day. So I'm going to be honest with him. Now, if you don't need me, if you don't need my service, I tell kids all the time, like, you don't have to play 7-on-7. Like, you don't need this. But if you just want to be out here working and doing something with your time, then come on out. But do you need me to help you get noticed? No. You a made man at this point. All you can do is fuck it up. I tell kids that all the time. Like, don't come out here bull crapping with 30, 40 offers and people putting you on Twitter and Instagram and you showing them what you can't do. Right?
Wow.
So
that's the best answer I done heard. No, that's real.
And that's just what we always been. Like, D will know. I'm gonna say what I mean what I say. Lawrence know. I get into it with Lawrence and Mouse all the time because I'm gonna say what's on my mind, whether you like it or not. Period. So to answer that second question that you asked about the have we reached out to coaches? We have. Lawrence has been on so many meetings when we work together. We gonna send Lawrence because Lawrence he gonna come in there, looking the part. He ain't gonna talk shit like me and D will. He gonna go in there being politically correct and this, that, and the third, right? So we send Lawrence on so many meetings with coaches to try to get our program, tied into the school program. Did we get any traction with that? We tried Skyline. We tried We tried Carter. We tried a lot of schools, but nobody was biting that bait because first they don't got the budget. Secondly, the coach was already feeling scared of us because they're gonna lose the power of their kids. And the list goes on. I can go on and on and on because we really built this to help out all the schools in the DISD area because we seen the lack of resources they had.
Coach, I'm just gonna say, man, don't give up. Like for real, because
I want to
the
answer
synergy that you guys can provide, man, to be absolutely phenomenal, man, for these kids, dog. That's just real talk.
Appreciate it.
Answer that second part on my behalf. One thing that when I stand on the table for Carl, and sometimes you might see this on Twitter, you might not, but you know, and you know, I got some buddies they don't like the attention like that, but I like to bring attention, like you was talking about, work with coaches, different coaches and stuff like that, and how we can implement maybe doing something with them in the summertime. Man, you'd be surprised of how many coaches I ain't gonna say put on a pedestal because they're already their own men, but that I give they flowers to that people know about. A lot of people don't really know what Joe Gordon does over there at Seguin with them kids, man. I done seen that man deliver groceries to them kids' house during COVID. A lot of people don't know him like that. A lot of people don't know how important he is, but they just see, okay, he's another black coach at Seguin. Like sometimes we get too caught up on just the coaches in our, you know, our 20 belt that we don't give flowers to some of these other coaches. A lot of people don't know how influential Marcus Shavers is at McKinney and how huge that is that he's at McKinney and turned their program around. And the associate coach over there, Corey Jordan, which was my college roommate, the things he did at Allen, Mesquite ISD, and at McKinney, he's done. A lot of people don't know that about Coach Jordan. A lot of people don't know he was the only black coach on the Allen staff in 2 of those state titles with Kyler Murray. A lot of people don't know that. A lot of people don't know when he went to West Mesquite and Mesquite ISD that he helped change that program around. That's when you got Ty Jordan, Dalen Wright, David Coleman, all these other people. Then he goes to McKinney. Let's just be honest. 3 years ago, was anybody talking about McKinney High School?
Nah, Coach, we huge fans of McKinney, Coach. Yeah, like we say it all the time. We say that the Allen is in trouble because of McKinney now.
Correct.
Because of Coach Shavers at McKinney.
As a matter of fact, Coach Ward, we had Coach Ward on here talking about
his former defensive coordinator is now at Richardson Berkner. His former defensive coordinator is now at Richardson Berkner as the head coach. And that head coach brought on Kendrick Holloway, which was also another college teammate of mine that came from Skyline. Kendrick Holloway, which is a great dude, now is the head coach at Richardson High. Like that type of stuff, people don't know that we got these relationships with these people. People don't know that I might have played with or played against these coaches. And now we want people to know about, hey, man, we are doing these things with these coaches, but they don't see it, just me being completely honest, because it's not about, like I said, I don't try to make this more of a black or white thing, but we know there is a disconnect when it comes to us maybe having a kid at a rock wall opposed to a kid going to maybe a Skyline or a sock. The community it takes a village, and sometimes those communities don't want a village. They don't want, and it's not about our help. We don't go over there. Those kids, those parents call us. So sometimes when they find out, oh, our kid is over here, instead of like a man, like some of these coaches have in the past, and like we have too, reached out, hey, I want to know who your coach is, because we all about the integrity and respect. That's what people get misconstrued, and they say we're not. I've reached out to Rodney Webb several times over the years. I've reached out to several of those coaches over the years, and they don't give a damn about talking to us, bro. That's just how they are.
And that's kind of where I was going with the question I wanted to ask about how you feel the relationships with the coaches have been lately compared to that kind of time span when y'all were talking about 2019. Have y'all closed the gap with the coaching?
Oh, yeah.
And also, is there a conflict of interest with the athlete? Because there are several teams that got players from rival teams on the same team, quarterbacks changing this team to that team, and kind of how that works out. Is there a conflict of interest or whatever? You know,
I want to speak on that. I want to give Lawrence his flowers, because Lawrence and the team Grind and D Widow, they've been working with a lot of Highland Park kids. I would have never thought in a million years that Highland Park would give, Team Grind access to their facility. They kids traveling to South Dallas to play and compete and practice and things of that nature. So all that hard work and all that practice that Lawrence was doing with us in the beginning paid off when he opened up his own, and he was able to bridge that gap finally with a school that we wouldn't never thought of to go try to bridge that gap with. On our end, we get a lot of South Lake kids now. Never would have thought we'd got some South Lake kids to come play in our program. And their parents bring them over here to the hood and play and practice at Sock or Carter or at Pinkston. They there. So we came a long ways. I was just speaking in the beginning of it. In the beginning of it, nobody wanted to hear what we was talking about because nobody really wanted to see our vision because they was blinded about what we looked like and what we was trying to, I guess, pull at their power. But we really was trying to empower you, not take your power. We were trying to empower you and give you a better product when you come back from the summer.
Well, that's what I mean by partnering with high school coaches. Like that's what that means. It's like when you get an opportunity for you, like those kids in Highland Park, they know now, and because here's the dynamic of it all, it's particularly as it relates to football in general. So when you talk about the fall, most of our problem in the southern sector was when we go and play against people who don't look like us, we find a way to fold. We find a way to lose. We find a way not to compete. And so now the dynamic has changed where our kids have had that exposure and start playing against people that don't look like them. So when they get on the field in the fall, they're able to compete at a high level from a confidence standpoint. And so now when you see guys like Highland Park, they have to go that route now because now they got to start teaching their kids to start playing at a high level. So when our kids who are athletically gifted start getting really good coaching, that's a different product you're putting on that field. You know what I'm saying? And that's a scary product.
And that's what 707 does the most for me. To me, it teaches the kid from the neck up. Correct. Just like we always say, the game is 90% mental, 10% physical.
It's 100% mental.
Well, you're right. I stand corrected. You're right. It is 100% mental. But the 707 game make you think faster than the 11-on-11 game. And if you can't think, you're going to get exposed out here in 707. I can promise you that. That's why you think D. Will scoring on everybody. Because he's looking at the people who can't think and can't play fast. And if my man can think faster than you and he's more athletic than you, I'm going to win 99.9% of the time.
And Coach Carr, I had a question. I got for you on this. And this is a good question from a coaching perspective. So I know you said something where, like, in the past, some they had maybe some disconnect with us because of they felt that, our culture creates kids who act a certain way.
I just think they was intimidated by your power, but go ahead.
Might be that too, but it's so, and there's no knock on any program or nothing like that. Mm-hmm. We sometimes get kids that maybe they don't coach like how we was coached, how you was coached, the integrity that we was brought up by real men and coach a certain way. They go to some of these schools that allow them to be a certain way because that coach don't want to lose that kid, right? They don't want to lose them out their team. So that kid, we seeing them at their school, I won't name any of our kids now. Bill knows exactly what I'm talking about. We got kids on our own team right now with those bad habits of not practicing hard, not working hard, whining all the time. Then we find out at school record. I was like, oh, no wonder y'all was 3-7 last year. You ain't never went to the playoffs. You never had been taught how to be a champion. We don't have that issue out of South Oak Cliff kids. They champions. We don't have that out of Duncanville kids. They champions. Championship mentality. Even Lancaster kids, even kids that didn't win championships, there's a certain standard that their community. I just say it's a game. They haven't won nothing in Seguin, but Joe Gordon has a standard, the way he treats those kids and the way he expects them to be in the community. Because like how we tell kids, you represent this T that's on your chest. I'm sure Lawrence tell those kids they represent his logo and his identity. Those kids represent they school colors at the end of the day. And we all know, we from Dallas. Our school pride in Dallas is a mug. If you go to Carter, people gonna know. And if you acting a fool, they're gonna be like, man, you go to Carter, you ain't supposed to be acting like that. Oh, you a South Oak Cliff kid, or you a DeSoto kid, you ain't supposed to be acting like that, man. And we know how to get in contact with their coaches, right? So a lot of these kids, sometimes they come from programs where these coaches, they aren't bad coaches, they aren't bad men, but they pamper these kids, and then they try to put it on us that we created these bad habits. And when we're cleaning up some of the bad habits, when we're cleaning up some of the disrespect, some of the stuff that we see going all the time, the cussing around grown-ups, the
N-word.
There you go.
Listen, Coach, I'm gonna tell you something, man. I cannot stand it. My skin crawls when I hear it. I have a rule, man. When I was coaching, if I heard it, is you got to give me 25. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
and they'll catch themselves, and they stopped. And my whole thing was, you don't know who around you. You don't know who's watching you. You know what I'm saying? So when you're saying these words, people are forming opinions of you off rip. You know what I mean? And it's harder to change a person's first impression of you. You know what I'm saying? Because in their mind, that's just who you are. And it just stains me. But to go back to what you were saying, though, Coach, it's a correlation between winners and losers. It's you see it in everything that they do, right? Some coaches are just good coaches. I mean, good people, right? So you know how when you say, "Hey, what about Coach Sutton?" Oh man, he's a good guy, man, real good guy. Yeah, but I'm asking you about your football coach. So I could be a good guy, but if you leave with, "Hey, he's a good guy," you know what I'm saying? Or that one, she got a good personality. You know what I mean, boss? You know what I'm talking about? You know what I'm saying?
She got a good personality, but what about the other thing? What's she looking like though?
She cool, dog. You gonna like her, dog. She cool.
Hey, don't bring me Big Bertha over here, nigga. You better bring me Big Bertha.
Coach, I didn't say that, Coach. I just said she was cool. You know?
Hey, D Will.
Yeah.
Hey, man. Man, why was you? D Will said he was gonna freestyle king, man. My boy was freestyle king out there, man.
No playbook.
I just want to give my man some credit. I couldn't let him beat me. I couldn't let him beat me with no playbook. My boy trying to beat me with no playbook at all.
Well, at the same time, what people don't understand is, in the other half of it, is this is what separates 7-on-7 teams. We actually practice. So that's the thing, is like a few of them actually practice. Now, do we have everybody there? Not necessarily. But as in for his offense and what we basically ran through and everybody's running, by the time that they get up to him, they know what they're doing. So we work on certain things. I'm not gonna lie, his offense is by necessary the most difficult offense to defend in the country. I get to see it every weekend when we're going back and forth with the coaches. If your guys don't know what they're doing and know where they're supposed to be at, and you gonna get burnt, and you gonna hear a boom, and you gonna let him, hey, watch this, hey, it's gonna happen. So he's a bright mind on being on the offensive side of the ball. So Billy is correct.
Yeah, appreciate that, my guy.
The other aspect that I just want to piggyback on when y'all talking about mental and getting these guys is ultimately these guys want to play college ball, right? Not saying every kid is going to play college ball, but majority of the kids that are on the program get an opportunity to play college ball. Where you get the culture shock is when you go to college. When you find a kid that comes from a different background than you and you're trying to figure out how he ticks. And you're trying to get the best out of the kid because you need him, just like some of these quarterbacks. You need the guys around you to perform their best so you can perform your best and win the game. So for the Highland Park areas, the South Lake areas, those guys need to go and see it and be around it, because If you don't know how to interact with your teammates, how are you going to be a better man? How are you going to be a better teammate? How are you going to be a better friend? You know, how are you going to be a better family member? And that's the biggest thing that, you know, people don't want to talk about it. We see it all the time in Twitter and all these videos of people getting arrested and not complying and doing that, or having to talk with their son or daughter of, you know, when you get stopped, what to do. But now they're starting to see it, you know, firsthand of how things can go. So no, I don't take credit for it. It's just that I for us as two programs, we're trying to be better people and get people to be better gentlemen in life and as a person. So
Yeah, and on that, Lord, to be honest with y'all, man, you'll be surprised on even with that dynamic with the South Lake and the and you got the your Coppells, your Highland Parks, the South Lakes, all that. I've seen some of the best relationships and kids coming from there and coming to the hood and building a real bond with these guys, and it helps them tremendously when they go to college because there's some thugs out there, man. It's real thugs out there. There's real gangs, gorillas, and killers out there, man.
Hey,
And
Coach Bill, question, man. Because you say that, man. I want to ask you about the Alabama dude, but keep going. I want your
yeah,
take on that. Go ahead.
I've seen like the Ken Seals, like the Jay Wilkerson. They come from money. When I tell you they fit in so well, and they understood how to come in and be one of the boys. Even though I look different than you, I come from a different background. Everybody know I got more money than everybody because they see what you drive up in. They see you got the newest cliques. These kids see, but you can still relate to them, and you can still be on a bus ride for 11 hours and still fit in. On the plane, in the hotel where your parents ain't there, and you still fitting in as a high school student, not even being around. You go to probably maybe 3-4 black people in your whole school, but you got a team full of black boys around you, but you're able to adapt and still get the best out of your teammates. That prepare him. That's why Ken Seal could go to college and start as a freshman, because he understood how to deal with people. He understood how to deal with people and do what he's supposed to be doing. Coach King about the top. Oh Lord, don't put him on the phone. But go ahead with your question, though, Coach Carr.
No. I was gonna ask you because when you was talking about that, man, that kid that got caught with like 230 grams, a pistol, $7,000.
Oh man,
Who's just trying to go to
you talking about
Alabama,
Tony Brown?
Alabama.
Yeah.
What about it?
I think.
Yeah. All right.
Tony Mitchell. Well, there you go, Tony Mitchell.
Okay, so my question is, man, you got these kids nowadays, man, they're living, I mean, let's just be honest, man, they live in a very privileged and very lucrative life if they take care of their business at a very early age. They have the ability to change their family life dynamic at 18 and 19 years old. Playing football.
Yeah.
So we're not talking about basketball. We're not talking about baseball. You know what I'm saying? We're talking about football. Before they play 8 college down, they got opportunities to do that. What impact does that have on you guys from being able to get the players, like you say, y'all got players here that are getting paid to play. How does that affect the overall culture of what you guys established in the beginning as far as 7-on-7 here in Dallas? And seeing what it's morphed into, how do you feel about that?
Well, first of all, it started at home. And you can see, just like you can see, if it quack like a duck, it look like a duck, it's probably a duck, right? So all we can do is try to teach you and tell you that we've been there, we've seen your type of character before, and these are the things you need to do to get out of that space, because life gonna hit you real quick, and it's coming and it's approaching real fast. So if you don't change some of these bad habits that you got, they're gonna turn into problems, not anything good. So just like Peso said the other day, if you're not striving for greatness, I don't want you. I don't want to deal with you. I want you around me. If you're not trying to go be the best you can and go make this money that's right on the table, that's all I always talk about. We got money on the line. Every time we step between these lines, it's money on the line. I just seen Ant Hill. I remember Ant Hill. It seemed like yesterday. And he was in 8th grade telling me he wanted to be an All-American. Telling me he wanted to be the #1 middle linebacker in the country. that seemed like yesterday. He accomplished everything that he wanted to accomplish, but I knew he was going to make it because of his character, his hard work, his family, his foundation. You know what I mean? You can't always fix a broke foundation. Sometimes that foundation, you just got to start it all over. Can't always fix it. So I tell these kids, and I just seen him pull up in a Porsche. He pulled up on the last time I seen him pull up in a Porsche. So I look at it like, like if as a student right now, if that don't excite you, then ain't nothing come out my mouth is gonna make you feel any different.
No.
I'm just speaking to the brick wall, because if you'd have seen this man come from the program doing the same thing I'm asking you to do, and he pull up on me in a Porsche, and he ain't even played a college down, and if that don't motivate you, then I don't know what to do.
You see what I'm saying? Look at that, man.
I'll say this, Mr. Carter. Going back to what he was saying, a lot of these kids, I don't like to be, because for one, I don't want to sing that old. I don't want to be like, it's the music, it's the young dudes. Like, I don't want to be that guy. And I know music can influence. I know your society can influence. I know some of these kids are coming from the cul-de-sac in 5-bedroom houses and acting like they living in Section 8 projects. I know they trying to live a life that isn't theirs. Like you're saying, they can change their whole dynamic of their family's life the way NIL is set up these days. But one thing, going back to what Bill said, is foundation. One thing that I've learned, all y'all know, Dink is my son, right? Everybody, y'all done had Dink on the show. You know how he in the other room right now. I tell people this all the time, and I see it every year. I'm seeing it now with even some other young players. You cannot be a fan of these kids.
Oh, say that, coach. Say that. Say that.
I'm a fan of my own son that I got to clean up after and tell him to get his ass up and go take out track, this, that, the other. So I'll be damned if it's another kid that I'm willing to give, not just me, Lawrence, any other coach, D. Will, the other coaches out there that really care about these kids, that's giving their time. Like I tell people all the time, Coach Carl, the money we spend on these kids, we don't make no money off of this. I don't care about the money, but my time is valuable. My time is valuable. And one thing I care about is I want people to understand that, man, that foundation is key. And when you become fan, if you are this kid's structure, whether you're the kid's father or you're the father figure, you cannot be a fan of the kid. So even like Coach saying about Anthony, he has a father. He has a great father. But guess what? His dad let us coach him. His dad didn't make excuses for why, he didn't look like this today because he had a track meet and this and that. His dad let him separate himself from the pack because he let him be worked and coached and loved on by other men because he understood.
And the answer to that too, boss, like that's one kid that I coached that even though he was a 5-star, he was the face of my organization. But I could do it. I could coach him hard. I could even bench him. I could even not start him. And I'm not going to hear any lip at all. When I say nothing, nothing. Yes, sir, coach. Don't ask me why I pulled you out of the game. None of that. Like that's why I knew, that he was gonna be who he is right now. And I know he's gonna go to the NFL. If ain't no tragedy or nothing like that happen, he's gonna go to the NFL because his character and the way he moves and the way he allows people to be in a position, and he's not gonna challenge you if you're in a superior position. He's gonna stand down and be a kid. And he a student of the game, and he want to learn as much as he want to learn. Whether he feel like he would never let, even if he thought that you didn't know what you was talking about, you would never know it.
So, hey, Jeremy, what does this sound like to you, man? You remember when we started when we did the spring league?
What happened?
Yeah.
My boy King.
Showed up.
What's happening? What's happening? Got all the OGs in here again. Okay. Y'all whooped the YG this week. It's all good. It happens.
Did they call and check on you, coach? Did they call and check on you?
Oh no. They ain't called to check on me. You know they didn't.
Man, who talked to you till 3 in the morning?
No, I'm messing with you. It's all love, man.
Suicide watch.
Hey, boy, I was looking like, the whole weekend. Man. Oh, geez,
hey, Moss, why you laughing so hard, man? Why you laughing so hard, man?
King our guy, man. King our guy, man.
Like 3 in the morning last night.
Oh God, he was chopped up for a minute, for real.
You had to talk about the legs, coach.
I was telling him everything y'all hear. I was telling him, man. But yeah, that's just what I'm huge on. I told him the same thing, and I know Lawrence D. Willie about this. Man, you can't be a fan of your kid. I love promoting kids. I love telling you this kid's gonna be great. This
right, literally.
But being a fan of your kid is detrimental to you as a mentor.
Right. You gotta know how to tap into them in a different way. You know what I'm saying?
Isn't that a little harder now?
Man, D. Will is the friendly coach. Don't let him get it twisted.
Nah,
he don't be snapping. He don't be snapping on the kids.
No,
I'm the bad guy. Man, Coach, Coach Law.
No, the difference between me and how I coach is I tap in with the kids to get them to be their best when they're supposed to be at their best at all times we hit tournaments. So when my connection with them may be a little different from, how you coach, Lawrence, anybody else. It's just a matter of how you tapping in with the kids. You know what I'm saying? When you tap in with them and they trust you, they'll run through a brick wall for you. You feel me?
Obviously.
No, I'm telling, but Lawrence, I'm gonna tell you, me and D. Will had that conversation today. Like, I think me and Lawrence got a similar coaching style. We in your face. We gonna hold you accountable at all costs.
Yeah.
We gonna cuss you out. We gonna be on your ass. Like D. Will got a little smoother approach.
Yeah.
He got a smoother approach, but he still can get in. He can get in their ass.
Yeah.
But he just a little bit smoother. Me and you, we like a pit bull at their ass. We rah. And him and D Money got the same kind of demeanor. They can reach them different than we do. But all coaching styles work. For some kids it works, some kids it don't. But what we gotta do is understand what kids you can't push their buttons away so they shut down. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I get told by D Money all the time, "Hey Bill, you leaning on that kid too hard," because he see it differently than me. Right?
Mm-hmm.
You need to go build them up. You know what I mean? Go build them back up. Yeah, I want you to still be you as a coach, but you still got to recognize, okay, that kid can't take your coaching like that. So go back and build them up. Because you just tore them down. Now you got to go back and build them up. I can't always go and build them up for you. Sometimes you got to do it so he can, he can perform for you just like he performed for me.
Yeah.
Now, J-Mac, I want to touch you with this since we got everybody on right now. And I spoke, and Bill, we've talked, of course, numerous amount of times about this, Bill, Brooks, but I talked to King about this last night, and I'm glad you on, Lawrence. I'm glad you on, D. Will. Don't y'all think that we should put together some form of our own, at the end of the season, some form of our own banquet and all-star event for these kids here in the city and in the state?
I'm with it.
They deserve it. We got the
it should be a Friday through Sunday deal.
A circuit jam. We can just do a circuit jam.
All-American games. When you go to Under Armour, they do a banquet. They give out awards. Because not only one thing that we teaching, J-Mac and Mr. Carter, one thing we teaching, we're not just teaching, we just lining up doing X's and O's. We want to show these kids, okay, now you're going to have to put on a polo shirt and wear some pants, no flip-flops, put on some actual shoes today, no Crocs, and we're going to give out awards. We're going to have an award ceremony. We're going to have a dinner. We're going to have a luncheon. We're going to have some important people there that, everybody not going to play football at the next level, but you might can be working, for the city council. You might do this at the next, whatever it may be. Then on day two, we have a meet and greet day. We had a media out there. We tried this before with Circuit Jam. Me and Bill tried this before. Had a media there. Y'all do a whole media run with the kids for a couple hours out the day. And then the latter part of the day, we have an all-star game. We can have
we'll do the uniforms. I'm just saying, y'all need
look.
None of y'all rock Willow. None of y'all rock Willow, which we the dopest uniform out there. But we'll do it for the All-Star game.
Well, let us see what that looks like.
Hold on. Will got his plug in. Whistleblowers, y'all use my referees, man. We got high school referees.
Hey, look, we could definitely get that popping because, like he said, we tried that with the Circuit Jam and things of that nature. Like we've been trying to do things like that, and we wanna partner up with Team Grind because they family to us. Whether we argue or not, they're my brothers. I've been knowing, like he said, I've been knowing them 20 years plus. Like I don't care what they see on Twitter. I don't care what they see on. Like we always gonna be cool because I know Lauren's sister, mama. I know D. Will. I know his kids. I know like it ain't nothing but love. But to add to that though, I lost my train of thought of what I was going to say. Oh, I know what I was going to say. We already be doing a lot of that crazy stuff that he talked about. Like every quarter, once a quarter, we get on the phone with somebody, whether it's the CEO of Zenith, whether it's matter of fact, 2 months ago, we was on a Zoom call with Rich Paul. Rich Paul got on the Zoom call, talked to our guys for an hour.
I know.
Like real talk, free of charge. He talked to our guys for a whole hour. Rich Paul. We had the CEO, the CFO of Beck Industry, the biggest construction company in the country.
Yeah.
Got on the Zoom call just last week. Got on the Zoom call with us and spoke with us for an hour and 30 minutes. We just came from the Nike factory and shut down the store in South Lake. Do you think the white folks like that? They did not like it. No. They see us in there in the store and they can't get in. I'm talking midday, 4 o'clock, 4:30 on a Sunday. They coming in trying to exchange their shoes. They can't get through the door. They're like, what's going on? We in there talking to the general manager of Nike and a whole staff of Nike guys. They opened up a store and gave us 40% off of anything we wanted to buy in there. But we just trying to show these kids different things, even outside of football, because the game ain't gonna last forever.
They got an expert.
No, most definitely.
I'm with you on that. I feel like
so how about this though? Don't look at it like this. So when you tell the kids football don't last forever, it absolutely does. There's just levels of football, right? So there are a lot of things in football, and that's what I want our kids to understand. You know what I'm saying? Football lasts forever because it has careers within careers, right? So whether it's coaching, whether it's been an agent, whether it's been a general manager, a trainer, a president, whatever. There are so many careers within football that it feels good to stay around football, particularly if you love it. And I want our kids to start understanding that, just because football, you can't play football, don't mean you can't be around football, right? So like for me, right, I always said I wanted to play in the Pro Bowl and do all that stuff as a player. Never did it, but I got a chance to do it as a coach. So I just think that, you always got to understand that you have opportunities within this game of football, but it goes back to what you're saying about how you treat people, how you respect people, and the relationships that you build over time that allows you to do those type of things.
So you so right though, Coach. But the topic of that Nike factory deal was they sent us a postcard and they told us to send it to all our kids. They said, imagine that you did everything, that you accomplished all your goals. You made it to the NFL. You had a successful career. You went to the Pro Bowl. You did all these things. But now you gotta hang up them cleats. What are you gonna do for the next 5 to 10 years? Because you about 35 at this point, 34, 35. You accomplished all your football dreams. But now what are you gonna do? Because there's a life after football. What you gonna do?
We got to. We have to. We have to.
It's crazy. Tom Brady has played, what, 21, 22 years, something like that in the NFL?
Yep.
Tom Brady's played 20-some odd years. He's in his 40s. Pete
Yep.
Carroll's in his 70s. If Tom Brady was the coach till he was 70 right now, he would still coach longer than he played.
Yeah,
It is.
and that's real. That's Moss. You know how real that is. Like I don't think, like I always, I kind of cringe when people say it. Like your playing days have a shelf life, right? So let's put that in perspective. And this for everybody. Look at it like this: do you realize that you played your whole life trying to get a college scholarship? Once you get your college scholarship, you are at the end of your career.
That part.
It ain't guaranteed after that.
Right? So you're at the end of your career. You spent all this time to get this scholarship to go play college football, to get a chance to go play in the league. Now the league, that's the reward for all the hard work you've ever done in your life. That's a reward. That's not a goal, right? That's just the reward of hard work.
Right.
But what is what you learn on that journey, and when you get to your freshman year in high school, at that point, and it used to be you guaranteed 5 years, but now the way the portal going and everything like that, you're not even guaranteed a semester.
Bruh, facts.
You see what I'm saying? So now I think our kids got to understand going into these situations now, particularly coming out of high school, they're in such a disadvantage of the portal that they have to take advantage of 7-on-7 just to be able to get more reps to outwork the people that they got to compete against. Right? So there is a lot going on within the game of football, within the game of preparation, within the game of coaching that I don't think people truly understand, because the true gift of football is not the gift of football, it's truly the gift of life.
Man, like I just seen it take people from the slum. We all seen it. Y'all all seen it. Seen it take people from the slums to the hills in days.
Man,
in days.
Yeah,
and I say
that's
this,
real.
I be at these little coaching camps, and I be telling them, like, that NFL shit, that's a dream. But that college education, that business, that shit that you can do. So take the football shit and let that handle your life. You feel me? Like,
Yeah, because a lot of times, think about it like this, man. A lot of times, and this is just in life in general, if you're willing to give away your talents, if you're willing to give away what God gave you that made you special, He will bless you beyond anything that you can comprehend. So, for an example, with your son, Coach Moss, with what he did to galvanize a community, what he did to galvanize people that game that night when they played Carter, a whole community, a whole gym, those kids coming up to him, oh, you my hero, you my hero. He gave himself up that night. And once he does that on a consistent basis, I don't care if it's him, I don't care who it is, but once you're willing to do that on a consistent basis, you're going to watch God pour in your life in ways you can't even begin to imagine.
There it is. Hey, and I want to say this because I got a testimony anyway for you guys and for all your kids. My son played at DeSoto, one of the prestigious schools in Texas. He played at Duncanville. He made all district at Duncanville. Still didn't get a scholarship coming out of high school. Went to California, played JUCO. Came back to Texas, played JUCO like in the spring semester, and got a full ride to Southeast Missouri State. Went there, balling like a mud, bro. About to start, tore his ACL the week before the season, bro. And I ain't gonna lie, that's my son. I love him, a beast. He was not the same player after that torn ACL. He ended up graduating from Mary Hardin Baylor, and I'm proud of him because he just graduated this December and got a job paying about $70,000-$80,000 the first year.
Congratulations.
So, you know what I'm saying? And they had the cherry on top. His trainer that he worked with in the Austin area is about to be a high school coach, and he wants him to be part of his staff.
Come on, bro. You see, that's how it happened.
See what I'm saying? Like that's what I'm saying, man. Like I think so, and that's why I love what you guys are doing. Just hearing what y'all talk about, man, because I get goosebumps. I love our kids. And there are so many people who are taking advantage of our kids, and they're not treating our kids the way that they should be treated. Our kids deserve the best. And however that looks and however we have to accomplish that as a community, that should always be our number one goal. So I'm always going to support people who are out there supporting our kids because let's just be honest, man. As a community, we haven't always been there for our kids. And so when you see a lot of stuff that's going on, I always talk about our generation because our generation is a blessed generation because we're not that far from moved. We're the first generation from integration.
Yes.
You see what I'm saying? We are the first generation that we had to go outside and fend for ourselves.
Really learn.
Right? We all had keys to our house at 9 years old.
So
right?
Yeah,
right.
Babysitting your brothers and sisters at 10.
There you go. Right?
Hey, thanks.
Right. So and then you take that to another step. Shoot, we stayed outside. So but we didn't pass those things that we learned along the way. We didn't pass that all the way to this generation. And I think that once y'all are getting to the point now where we are starting to give back to our kids, I think we're starting to see a change in the way our community is starting to look.
And let me piggyback on that for you real quick. I started TRUEBUZZ because of just that right there, what you're talking about, right? Growing up in Arkansas, playing sports was what we did. You know what I mean? I'm talking about all day. We're going to play football, basketball, baseball all in the same day. But we're going to be outside. We're going to be outside. We're going to be doing something. It was this guy named, his name was Shay Gillespie. He was about the kids. Like, he was really about the kids. And he created a program called YPTA, Young People Thinking Ahead. When I tell you this man empowered us as young kids on how to run events on our own. He was there to administer it, but he taught us how to do the books, how to delegate positions to to your peers. He taught us how to put on a show, a step show, a party, all those things. So when I had the opportunity to create TRUEBUZZ, I created it with the model that I grew up with. And when I tell you 95% of those people that was in that program with me are successful human beings because he instilled a lot of self-worth and knowing that we can do it. And he made us do it. It wasn't, he was just telling us, he was showing us how to do it. Yeah. And that's why I tell people all the time that 707 is just the platform we're using to do something even bigger. If people understood the vision that I really got, that D. Will, that Lawrence, and the people at the Moss know that we have in this situation, they wouldn't be looking at us as no street agents. They wouldn't be looking at us as just a 707 program. They understand we are advocates for the community. We are philanthropists, and we're trying to do something different to help our kids take care of, do things we couldn't do because people weren't doing that for us. People wasn't giving us the knowledge that we needed to succeed. So I say that to say this. Lawrence, D. Will, Team Grind, when they win, I win. Sure. Just being real, just keeping a whole buck. When they win, I win. No matter if we arguing or not. When they win, I win because they come from my tree too. We come from the same tree. So that's just like Bill Belichick, and Nick Saban. That came from his tree. So I take pride in when they win. I tell D. Will all the time. I want to see y'all win. Period. Whether you the best, are they the best in the city right now? Yeah. Right. Not give them their flowers. They the best in the city at this 707 and winning games and doing what they supposed to be doing. But can they be better? Can they be better in different areas? Yeah, they can. It's some areas that they not fucking with us on. And I want to bring them to that level. But we all got to work together and teach these kids, even though we have friendly competition because we competitors and we want to beat each other.
the goal is still free tuition.
Yep.
The mission is free tuition.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know,
like that.
Me and D. Will just talked about this on Sunday. Just think if we would have all stayed together, just being for real. Just think if we all stayed together with all the talent and the degrees we got, because we can go play. A lot of us can go coach college football or high school football. We don't choose to do that. You know what I mean? But just think if we stayed together, would nobody in the country be able to deal with the stuff that we're gonna put out there and the kids that we're gonna put out there, and a lot of our kids will be able to go to college and their parents don't have to worry about tuition or none of that. And now that the NIL is there, now we got to start thinking bigger. Now we really got to come together to figure out how we gonna stop outsiders from coming in here and getting our kids and stealing our hard work and capitalizing on it.
That fucking part.
Hey guys, this what I want to do now is we're gonna do a parting shot from each person this Monday night. I know y'all guys got to go to work, and we normally don't do a Monday show, so I don't even know how to act. But we're gonna get a parting shot from everybody. Just anything you want to say, anything you got on your heart. We're gonna do like we do at the funerals, keep it to about a minute or less, and we gonna get on out of here. But man, I love all you guys, bro. What y'all do. I love the energy. I know y'all intense on the field, but you know they need to see this part of y'all as well. To see where your heart at. So we're gonna start with Coach Mouse. I think he the long-winded one.
No, I am because I'm passionate about this. My motto is your passion has to match your purpose. That's what I always say. Your passion has to match your purpose, man. I'm just as you said, you know, let's keep it on the whole church thing. I'm just happy to be on the same, you know, platform as all these other guys, man, and what they doing at the end of the day. It's some kids. We've all kept it about the kids. We don't have any ill wills about each other outside of us just being competitive guys. But what people don't see is how much we talk to each other outside of the platform, you know, and how much we work together with each other, man. So I appreciate y'all for giving us this voice for us to share some of our stories.
Absolutely. Appreciate you. Coach Law, what you got on your heart, brother?
Shoot, I don't got too much. I don't even have a voice because of this past weekend. But for the platform, you know, thank you for allowing us to get on here. And you know, it looks like we're at an hour and 42 minutes. I think we can probably talk all day about these subjects.
Like, trust me, this is a Sunday night show, brother. Trust me.
This whole
stuff. This is I'm about to get y'all on a Sunday night where you know Todd take us 4 hours.
Right. Yeah.
Say. No, for real.
Hey, D. Will, no, I ain't lying. We go 4 hours on Sunday night, so we got plenty of time for you.
Sounded like Todd.
Yeah.
I would say I'm shocked. You know, I'm not shocked of how everybody is on the call that's on here, especially where we all first started. A lot of people don't know the history. I don't tend to like throw the history out there because it's not, if you don't know, you don't know. But if you want to sit down and really go through, we can do it, but I doubt you want to go down that road. But there is no ill will, you know, of what's going on. You know, everybody has stayed in contact. Everybody is pretty much family in one shape or another. When we go to other cities and other states, we do pack up to make sure that it is Texas versus everybody. So it's nothing there. I just like to see everybody, you know, win in life. And so both programs are successful. We have a third program trying to come up. And we chose to go a different route, but at the same time I can't knock him for trying to bring his program to the front. You know, that's something that Coach King, you know, that's more pressure on you. But at the same time, you know, getting a team around you doing what you do. You know, I see the kids with you. So
Sure.
it's certain kids, Bill and Moss and Brooks are going to be able to touch. Certain kids, D. Will, myself, and my coaching staff will be able to touch. And then there's certain kids that won't go to either one of us, that will go to him, and that is meant for him to touch their lives. So, no, I just appreciate it.
Sure.
Yes, sir.
Coach King, what's on your mind, boss?
Man, I just wanna say thank y'all to all the OGs of the DFW, man. Like, here you go.
Thank you, Coach King. Thank you, Coach
That's how you
King.
started the show.
I got to start
Yeah,
it
I,
how I
I
finish it.
think I think it's only right, Coach King. You got to say thank you for that. Thank you for that whooping.
Yeah, man. Yeah. I had to take that one, but I just want to say thanks to all the OGs, man, for like putting me on y'all platform, really getting me out there. Like, y'all could have did this with any other program, like NTX, anybody that's out there up and coming. But y'all said, nah, we gonna give TDG that main smoke. We gonna let them come at the big dogs, and I forever appreciate y'all. Y'all don't even know what that's doing for my program right now. We already got 4 free tournament invites, just simply stepping in front of y'all and some shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Like stepping up against y'all in front of the city, with the city. That right there just put us on a different pedestal. So, like I said, I appreciate y'all for it all. Real talk.
Yes, sir.
Already. D. Will, everybody
Hey, what
know
it do,
you.
man?
Talk to him.
All right, man. First off, I want to just say thank you, man, for having me on today with the coaches. Shout out to everybody that's out here doing it for the kids and not the wrong way. I do want to share this, man. It's been on my heart, for a minute. And I guess it's a special thing brewing, with Team Grind. I'm quite sure, most of y'all have heard my story. I almost died, some
Sure.
months ago. And, just to be here and to wake up every day, do something I love to do, that's like a win for me. Being able to talk to you guys when I know I was on my back. I had tubes in my mouth, I couldn't even open up my eyes, and to see everybody, showing love within the city, within myself, within our organization, just everybody, man, it's all love, and I appreciate every last one of you guys, man. And from here on out, man, just keep doing what you're doing, man. Support the youth, man, and just do everything the right way, because like you say, every day is not promised to you. So, but every day that you wake up, it could be your last, but just make sure you're doing the right thing and try to stay on track, doing the best that you can do in life, So that's all I got to say, man. Like I said, I appreciate y'all. And oh yeah, King, Freestyle King. I want you to remember that. All right.
Here you go.
Already. Yes, sir. All right, Coach Bill. Coach Bill, I enjoyed your passion all night long and stuff, so I saved you for last because I know you're gonna leave us with something. But D. Will about to have us tearing up over here and stuff.
Yeah, I'm gonna mess y'all up because I like controversy myself. I'm one of those type of dudes. D will always be pumping me up because I'm about that life. But yeah, man, I really do appreciate all the support, man. Because you guys don't have to come out and fuck with us, man. And I appreciate y'all coming out and fuck with us. I told D Will and Lawrence before the tournament, I was like, I need y'all. You know what I mean? Because right now, y'all are the show. You know what I mean? So I appreciate them for bringing that whole organization out to our tournament and making it, be worthwhile because we had a lot of obstacles to work against. We had a tournament a week before our tournament that was a free tournament. Then we had OT7 in Austin that, a lot of teams went to. So I appreciate Grind for staying down with us and saying, hey, I ain't worried about none of that. I'm going to go mess with my guys and bring my whole organization. That was big. That brought out the city. So I really big ups to y'all, man. I appreciate y'all for rocking with us the long way. We ain't always seen eye to eye when rocking with us, but y'all came through this time and showed out for the city. Secondly, I'm on King gas. King, don't you ever in your damn life say you tier 1 and I'm tier 3 with Lion. Don't compare me to no motherfucking Lionhearted. I don't know what the fuck you were thinking about. But if this is not that, and just because you got a bullshit ass win, don't mean that your ass has arrived. You have not arrived yet. You still got your goddamn trainer wheels on. And we showed you that you still got your trainer wheels on with a bunch of ass whoopers this goddamn weekend.
Oh my Lord!
So
I think
don't do me like that.
Those sentiments is
stay humble,
strictly
goddammit.
from those sentiments are strictly from him. That does not. That does not
I'm just
come
saying
from.
though, man. He was real disrespectful on Twitter this goddamn weekend, and I'm like, this month he said he was tier 1, and I don't want to, you know, you the little bro. I don't want to air you out like that, but you made me do it. You made me do it, and you made me put you in this smoke, and I knew you wasn't ready.
All I wanted to say.
So hey,
he wasn't ready, man. He wasn't ready.
I'm gonna let you carry us home, dog. After that,
all I can say after that is I just pray, and this is just for everybody else. Just leave Team Grind alone. Leave us alone.
Hold on, man. I got me a dub, man. I don't give a fuck what you talking about, Lauren. Pull up the scope. I got me a dub.
Man, you got a dub. You got a dub versus.
I've been waiting for that for 3 years. Hey, look, Lord, it's been 3 years since I played y'all. I've been waiting for that. I got the dub. Y'all got the trophy. Y'all got the trophy. But D Will know I had already told him my team on Sunday. I don't know what the hell they're gonna do. On Saturday, I've been going 3-0 every Saturday. But on Sunday, I don't know what it is. Sunday is the kryptonite. But on Saturday, I'm gonna give you everything you want. I already knew that.
Well, you know that.
Hey. I tell you what, man, I enjoyed you guys, man. I appreciate you guys coming on for sure. I appreciate the invite, man. And hey, I need to get, if I don't have y'all number, I at least got to give y'all mine. Cause y'all welcome, cause I love chopping it up and I love talking, you know, football, and from football to life to football and their own. So y'all always welcome to come chop it up, especially on Sundays where, you know, it's free. We pretty much go flow like the wind on Sunday, so we talk about everything.
So
you know, usually weekday we try to stay more structured. But I'm happy it did like this because now Pat see how I feel. I keep telling him once it go over an hour 30 minutes, the wheels coming off.
Gotta roll.
The wheels coming off the train. I'm telling you.
McKinnon. Hey, McKinnon, can I say one more thing though before we leave? Because I gotta get on Lawrence ass too. Lawrence, don't you ever goddamn me challenge me in the Jersey goddamn me competition either, because you're not fucking with me in that either.
Oh yeah, don't do that.
Hey,
don't do that, man. You embarrassing yourself.
Y'all right now. If
you ain't embarrassing yourself.
World, it wasn't that dope.
Hey,
yeah, we got about 30 uniforms.
Hey, hold on. We only got our first. We got our first 7.
I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. You ain't. Hey, damn, one of your jerseys came out better than any one of my jerseys I had to put out.
Hold on. Whoa, don't lie.
Which one?
First of all,
but let's go jersey for jersey.
Hey, them baby.
Let's go jersey for jersey. I'm gonna tell your ass up.
Jerseys, Bill. The baby.
I'm gonna tell your ass up.
Y'all ain't got enough.
Hey, y'all don't got enough.
What you mean ain't got enough?
That's the new drip right there.
That's the man, y'all ain't got no jersey that can fuck with any jersey I got in my archive. Not one.
We go from jersey to jersey. It ain't close.
Stop it.
Oh,
y'all ain't got more drip than us.
They got boom with that Mavs when they did that Mavs year.
Man, y'all ain't got no jersey to fuck with us, man. Stop playing, man.
Hey, R.I.P. Take off.
Y'all own
He cap.
Oh man, that's crazy.
Right? Do y'all throw a tournament?
Yeah, we just what happened. You know, a couple of seasons is we kind of got to get the right dates because everybody got something going on.
We trying to be respectful. That's all.
Right.
Hey, respectful.
Do any of y'all got anything going on Memorial Day weekend? That's what I'm trying to
No, not Memorial Day weekend.
I'm gonna drop something. If y'all want to mess with it, y'all let me know. But we're gonna be dropping something soon.
What that bag look like though? You know what I mean? I'm on that.
Yeah, we're gonna put a bag. We're gonna put a bag on it. What's the average bag? What's the average bag?
I mean, I ain't gonna tell you. I ain't gonna give you. I can't give you the game. We gotta sit down. I ain't gonna just give it to you on a silver platter. The game's to be sold, not to be told.
we do have. It will be June when we have an event that we plan on doing in June. It won't be for basically like high school or nothing like that, but high school boys, I say it like that. But we're gonna have something in June, event that will be coming out pretty soon.
For sure.
For the city.
All right, cool. The calendar's wide open. Good deal.
Yeah, and Mouse, we could definitely do them awards and stuff because I always feel like we gotta appreciate our own. before we worry about what everybody else
Absolutely.
doing.
Let them boys dress up.
Let's get it.
Fresh.
Let's get it, man.
Sure. All right, man. We out of here. Coach Carr, you got something to tell these guys before we get out of here?
Oh, no, man. Blessings, good luck, ball out, man. Keep doing what y'all doing, man. Stay a blessing to the community.
Yes, sir. Got you.
Peace.
Hey, shout out to Swaggy. Oh, it didn't come on. Hey, we out, man. The dub. I don't even know what episode this is.
Just like that.
Peace.
Watch this.
Football talk is a big hit. Sunday nights to Wednesday nights, we striking a match cause we lit. Y'all know the name, we call it the dub. On Friday nights, it feel like a club. Getting that VIP treatment on the sideline, they showing us love. Great interviews, go hoods, put it in work, go good. Texas youth in high school talking to page on Facebook, hold up. Coach trying to stand on the scene, giving advice, he do what he mean. Jay Mack and Swaggy Big, rocking the gear, it's so clean.
We rise and go easy, off the easy for cheesy. With my steppers, our special kids, making blitzing so easy. Trying to win, we so greedy. All my fans are so needy, cause they need to hear them talk about that club. We do it for the dub.
We do it for the dub. We do it for the dub. We do it for the dub. That TF dub. We do it for the dub. We do it for the dub. We do it for the dub. That TF dub.
Welcome to the Dub, number one high school podcast starring Pat Oteezy, Jeremy McInnes, Whitfield Roderick, Coach Carr, and Ron Riser.
Well, all right. What's happening? What's going on? Welcome to the number one talk show. Speak out.
The Dub, baby. You heard it first. The Dub.